Okay, so hello and welcome to the continuation of the discussion for Unit 7 of the course CCS 249. Sorry. So for this part of the video, we will talk about your POS tagging or part of speech tagging. So I'm sure you're already aware of the parts of speech, diba? Your nouns, your adjectives, your adverbs, verbs, and so on. So here, may ara kita algorithms or methods that lets computers determine kung ano na siya nga part of speech. Okay. Okay. So such tasks, so that we assign to each word as the input or xi, and then in a sequence man be a label y. So kung naman siya nga label, kung ano na siya ang iyang pattern switch. Okay, so that the output sequence Y has the same length as the input sequence X. So this is your sequence labeling task. So in a specific sequence, you are labeling, so kung ano tong ang sa first item sa sequence, ano na ang label niya. And sa second item, ano tong label niya. So we are labeling each item found in your sequence. So amo na siya ang sequence labeling kay that is a major part of your part of speech tagging. Diba? Sa atong nga part of speech tag, sa atong nga parts of speech, sa yung structure of your English sentences, so may specific na siya nga patterns or specific nga order of your nouns, verb or adjective or adverb. So noun, maybe noun, adverb, adjective, and so on. Okay, so with that, we can so may ara isang method para ma-determine ang sequence. Okay, so that being the hidden Markov model or your H&M. Okay. Okay. So while word classes do have semantic tendencies, so your adjectives, so this ang purpose ng adjectives is describe properties of nouns. So nouns siya, parts of speech are defined instead based on the grammatical relationships with neighboring words. Okay, diba? So grammatical relationships. So ang relationships with respect to its neighbors. So ang position niya on the sentence. Or we can also associate them based on the morphological properties about their affixes. Okay. Okay. So part of speech falls into two broad categories. So your closed class and open class. So closed class are those with relatively fixed membership, such as prepositions, your new prepositions. Again, by contrast, nouns and verbs are open classes. So new nouns and verbs like iPhones or to fax are continually being created or borrowed. So closed class are also generally function words like of, it, and, or you. Okay, so which tends to be very short na siya, occurs frequently and often have structural uses in grammar. Okay, so sa aton nga okay, so that's for our closed class. So for our open class, so form major open class occurs in the languages of the world. So mera kita noun, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs, as well as a smaller class of interjections. Okay. So your I think aware naman kamo sa noun. Si noun kay these are the words that describes a person, place, things, the proper nouns, diba? Your common nouns, proper nouns. Then your verb naman, so this refers to words that describes actions or processes. So ano man gina-describe, ano man ginaobra sa inyong noun sa sentence. Those are the verb. Okay. Okay. Okay, so for adjective naman, so this describes the noun modifiers. So this so gina-describe. So if the verb is the action or the process, so ang adjective ya is the description of the noun. So, modifier, sometimes, so gina-modify kung ano na ang meaning sang noun. So, adverb is just the verb modifiers of time, place, and manner. Okay. So, all of these, do may background na kamo sa inyo nga English nga subject. Okay. So, proper noun, so this is the specific names of the persons, organizations, places, etc. So, by the way, these are the tags, di ba? So, instead of writing them, so in the implementation na siya sa inyong code or programming, instead of writing them as a whole word, adjective, adverb, so gagamit na sila sang tag. So, this is usually a 3-letter word, ba? That describes kung ano siya nga part of speech. So, ADJ for adjective, ADV for adverb, for noun that is NOUN. Verb, proper noun is prop N. Okay. So here we have a particle. So a particle here resembles a preposition or an adverb and is used in combination with a verb. So particles often have extended meanings that are not quite the same as prepositions they resemble. So in the particles over, the particle nga over in she turned the paper over. So so ang particle ang word nga over. So in she turned the paper over. Okay. So we see that a verb and a particle acting as a single unit is called a phrasal verb. Okay. The meaning of this phrasal verb is not predictable siya from the individual meanings of the verb and the particle. So that's turned down. So this is your phrasal verb. So this is two meanings, two words that create a single meaning. Okay. So turn down means rejects. So rule out means eliminate, and go on means continue. Okay. So mayroon kita sa part of speech, determiners. Determiners like this and that and those. This can mark the start of an English noun phrase. So articles like a, an, and the are type of determiner that marks discourse of properties of the noun. So these are quite frequent pa na siya. And then the most common word in written English with a and an right behind. Okay, so if here, so if gin-check nyo to ang mga stop words, so your determiners, so they most likely make up these stop words nga dictionary or library. But in the part of speech tagging, so yun na, sometimes ginutilize mo na siya kaya it also gives meaning. Sometimes man, but most of the time wala man silang meaning abe. Okay. Conjunction joins two phrases, clause, or sentences. So coordinating conjunctions like and, or, and but joins two elements of equal status. Okay, auxiliary verbs mark systematic features of the main verb such as it stands. So whether it is complete or completed, natapos na, whether it is negated, and then whether an action is necessary, possible, suggested, or desired. Okay. So an English specific tag set. So the 45 tag pen 3 bank tag set. So this was created by Marcos et al. In 1993, has been used to label many synthetically annotated corpora like the pen bank corpora. Okay, so if you want to try the POS that is available na sa 3 bank, so may data set na silang gamit in order to train to train a model that you can use to determine the pattern of speech. Okay. So with the pen bank, lain man ang tag na ginagamit nila. So CC for coordinated conjunction, CD for cardinal number, determiner, DT, existential there. Your nouns is NNS, plural. Kung NN lang, so that is a singular or mass noun. Okay. Okay. So here is an example na siya of the application of the part of speech tagging to a you know to a set of words man siya. Okay, so this is included na siya in a string. So there your ano yung POR. So that is mm, isang hindi siya pronoun. Okay. Sige. So these are the implementation of the part of speech tagging. So ari ang pronoun, and then these are the verbs. So this refers to the word tapos ang iya nga part of speech nga indicator. So ginatapik siya so that do gina-pair na siya eh. So sa pag-implement niya sa sa inyong sentence. Okay. So part of speech tagging is the process of assigning a part of speech to each word in the text or the string or the input that was provided by the user. Okay. So, amo to kayo na, di ba, sequence labeling algorithm na sila. Okay. And the input is a sequence x1, x2, x3, up to x of n. So, x of n refers to the last word sa inyong sentence. So, gina-tokenize na siya inyong input. Diba? Mabalantang first and last na word. And then the output is a sequence y1, y2, y3 of tags to each output y corresponding to exactly to one input. So kung naman to si x1, di ba? Si x1, and then ang iya nga output is y1, so this corresponds sa Janet nga input, and then ang unod sang y1 is the part of speech na that assigned to that first word. Okay. So for the second word, so x2 nga input is assigned to be an auxiliary verb. And then back, so back ni siya si x3, so assigned, na siya, it was labeled to be a verb, so sa y3. So may set of inputs with a set of outputs, sequence. So sequence kay gamatter ni ang order ni sila. Okay. So your hidden Markov model is a classic model that introduces many of the key concepts of sequence modeling. Okay. So if you have, I think, if you have problems with sequence labeling or sequencing, you can use hidden Markov model by this can deal very bulo nami ang iya nga pag-deal with the sequence or the ang papasunod bla sang inyong input, diba, output. Okay. And same with or similar to naive Bayes, so HMM is a probabilistic sequence model. So, gadil siya sa probability nga the first word the first word will have the part of speech nga noun siya or verb. So, ano ng probability nga noun siya. And then it will also deal with the sequencing man sang inyo nga input. So, i-check yan na if the word nga ay kung pila na ang probability ya. So it computes the probability distribution over possible sequences of the labels and chooses the best label sequence. So kung sino man na ang highest probability, so probably amo na ang pilion sang inyong HMM model as output. Okay. So sa aton nga HMM, so here we have what we call our Markov chains. So sa Markov chains, so amo na basis sang inyong model. This is a model that tells us something about the probabilities of sequence of random variables, states, each of which can take on a value of some set. Okay. So this refers to a sequencing sa inyong input. Okay. So sequencing with its labeled or with its um, accompanied probability. So this set of words or tags or symbols represents anything. So for example, check ka mo sa weather, mag-predict ka mo sa weather, diba? In sequence na siya. So the Markov chain can make a strong assumption that if we want to predict the future in the sequence, all that matters is the current state. So current state yun na siya, it will check the probability of what will happen next. So they are different states man. So in these different states, so ano na may pinakataas nga probability. So all the states before and current state have no impact on the future except via the current state. So magka-base yun sila sa current state. Okay. Okay, so sa aton nga Markov assumption, so here we have a sequence of state variables. So state variables are Q1, Q2, Q3. Then a Markov model embodies the Markov assumption on the probabilities of the sequence that then predict the future, and the past doesn't matter, only the present. So only the present is the ang probability of the current state to the future state. So wala na to gina-mind ang previous nga states. Okay, so you have the sequence of state variables, and here we have the transition probability matrix. So transition, so from one state to another. So from the current state to state number 1 to state number 2, then for state number 3. And then the initial probability distribution over states. So pi sub I is the probability that the Markov chain will start in state I. Okay. Some states J may have pi sub j is equal to 0, so meaning that they cannot be initial states. Okay. So ang ni ang aton nga Markov chain para ni siya. So starting with the state 1. So aton nga sequence. So this is sequence 1. Okay, so Q1 mo na siya, and then this is the next state or probable state. So sa aton nga probable state, pwede siya nga cold, pwede siya nga warm, kag pwede man nga hot mangyapon as signified by this loop nga arrow. Okay. So with this, may kita probability. Probability coming from hot, ano matabo? 0.1 ni siya. So if cold ang next state, may siya 0.1 nga probability. While kung warm from hot to warm, ang aton nga pag-transition sa state, so we have a 0.3 probability. So what if be from hot nga state, mahat mangyapon ang inyong next state. So with that, mayroon kita probability nga 0.6. So looking at this from the sequence 1, di ba nga hot? So ano na ang probable? What is the next state nga ma-transition siya? So that is probably hot mangyapon. Okay. Then if you're looking for naman, if you're starting on the cold nga state o cold nga sequence, okay, so then it will check for the probabilities nga mahat siya, ma-warm siya, or ma-cold mo siya gyapon. Okay, so this is the same idea. So for the next figure right here, so starting kita sa uniform, so this is the current statement ba? So if the next state is going to be R, so ang iya nga probability dira is 0.4. Then if ang next state niya is going to be charming, then ang iya nga state, ang probability is 0.5. Kung ano naman, kay those are the possible states nga magyan niya. And then we have the third state which is the same lang yapon, uniformly. So sa uniformly, that is 0.1. Okay. So that is your your Markov chain. So this is useful na siya when we need to compute the probability for a sequence of observable events. Diba? Sequence from starting from 1, 2, 3, 4. So, ginakalculate niya na siya ang possible states nga katuan niya based on the probability. Okay, so in many cases in the Markov chain, so the events we are interested in are hidden. So we don't observe them directly. So hindi siya ma-observe directly. So probably ma-observations yan na siya, the probabilities will depend on your data set. Okay. So for example, we don't normally observe part of speech tags. Okay. So ang sequence ang inyong sentence, sa inyong words within the sentences are directly observed na siya. But we don't generally observe directly the POS tag. So rather, we see words and must infer the tags from the words sequence. Okay. So that is why ang pag-determine ta siyang part of speech is hidden tag. Hidden na siyang event. Okay. So your HMM allows us to talk about both observed events and hidden events that we think of as a causal factors in your probabilistic model. So, ang sa application na gid sang part of speech in the as determined by your HMM, so will include the following. So your transition probability. So this was discussed diba previously. So ang sequence sang words in a sentence. And then mayroon kita sang another probability or likelihood. So this is the emission nga probability. So emission nga in the sense that in this sentence, so ang first word is probably a noun or a verb or a pronoun mo na siya or a ano or a adjective. So duha na siya ka probability ang gina-calculate diri. So here we have the end states. So as described previously, so meron kita sang transition probability and then the sequence of observations and then the sequence of observation likelihoods. So sequence na siya. So in a specific sentence, ano da, may sequence siya nga noun, verb, adjective, noun, verb, noun, noun, adjective, noun, kung ano man na ang different nga nga observations of your part of speech. Okay. So the first order hidden Markov model instantiates two simplifying assumptions. So first, this assumption of the Markov chain, the probability of the particular state depends only on the previous state. Okay, so second, the probability of the output observation depends on the state that produced the observation QI. Okay, the observation na Q and not on any other states or any other observations. So in this specific na sequence, 'di ba? Sa sequence ta ano na ang probability nga noun na siya or probability nga verb na siya. Okay. So those are ano man siya, label man siya. So may series makita nga observations that matches the series of sequence nga ginanata, nga ginagamit ta. Okay. So meron kita A and B probabilities. A probabilities contains the tag transition, which represents the probability of a tag occurring given the previous tag. Okay. Okay. So here we compute the maximum likelihood estimates of this transition by counting out of the times you see the first tag in your label corpus, diba? How often that first tag is followed by the second. So, ang sequence na siya from the first tag to the second tag. Lagi na determined na siya. So, that is for the transition probability. Okay, so here sa aton nga WSJ corpus, so MD occurs, so the tag na MD occurs 13,124 times, of which it is followed by the verb nga 10,471. And then for this estimate, we have, diba, for the, okay, so for the count man be of the MD followed by VB is, I don't know, 10,471. And then for the count man of your MD lang as MD nga makita sila, makita instances of the MD nga part of speech. Okay, so this again is the count nga MD followed by VB. And this is the probability of the VB. So when it is before your MD. So that is 0.80%, 0.80 or 80% ang probability yan na. Okay. So that's for the A probability, which is the transition. For B naman, so this is the emission probabilities. So this represents the probability given a tag that will be associated by a given word. Okay, so this is related na siya to a given word na siya. So given word that, and then its position on the sentence. Okay. So ang equation diri sa aton nga ML, ang emission is just the count na siya sa term followed by the word divided by the count sa term followed sa tagali. Sorry. Okay. So out of the 13,124 occurrences of the MD in the WSJ corpus, it is associated with the word will, diba? So this one gali is we are referring the part of speech and then the actual word na siya. So again associate na siya. This one ang will nga word that was used as a MD. Okay, as a modifier. For example, okay, let's say modifier siya sa inyong sentence is 4,046. Pero ang count ya sa MD, sa tanan nga MD outside sa will is again 13,124. Okay. So with this, ang probability nga will was used as a MD is 0.31. Okay. Okay, for any model such as the HMM that uses that contains hidden variables, the task of determining the hidden variable sequence corresponding to the sequence of observations is code decoding. So for the decoding sang HMM, given as an input of your HMM, I is equals to A and B. And A is sequence of observations. Okay, so observations 3, observation 1, 2, and 3. Find the most probable sequence of states. And then ang sequence na is your Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Okay. So for this one, so let's start with sa B1. So sa B1, and its probability nga gigamit siya as a verb. And then will gigamit siya as a verb man na siya. Then ang gigamit mo siya as a verb. Okay, this one tackles more on the verbs lang. Okay. Then ang back probability nga ang word nga back is used na siya as a verb, and then ang probability sa zebra that was used as a verb. So that is for the emission na siya. For the transition naman, so you will look on the arrows right there. So ang transition na siya from the verb to your noun, and from transition kita from the verb to your modifier, and may transition kita nga probability from your verb to another verb. So that is the hidden Markov model that is used siya on your POS or part of speech tagging. Okay. Okay. So for POS tagging, si HMM ya is to ang purpose na our goal sa HMM is to choose the tag sequence that is the most probable. Okay, most probable na siya, highest ang probability yan. So given the observation sequence of n words. Okay, so n, W1 up to Wn. Okay. So with this, so we'll do this in the HMM is to use the base rule to instead compute. So kita sa atong base rule, di ba? So we will determine the probability of a word given ang at the probability of the part of speech. So given ang word nga okay. Furthermore, we can simplify by having the denominator. So sulat na dula na ni ang denominator ta. So instead of getting the max value, so we're only getting the max value of the probability of each words, diba? Given that ano, given that the probability of the part of speech tag given a specific word. So each mem taggers makes two further simplification assumptions. So the first one is the probability of a word appearing depends on its own tag and is independent of its neighboring words and tags. Okay. And then the second assumption is that the bigram assumption. So this one only deals with one word, while this one, another one, kay we can sometimes kay parang word. So two words, diba, will consist of a noun or a verb or an adjective. And that the probability of a tag is dependent only on the previous tag rather than the entire sequence. So this one, okay. Okay, so the simplifying assumptions from the previous previous independent kag sa bigrams, so will result in the following equations for the most probable tag sequence from a bigram tagger. Okay, so the two parts corresponding neatly to emission B at the B emission probability and an A transition probability maging defined previously. Okay, so that's it for your part of speech tagging. So using HMM. So now there are a lot of a lot of methods, a lot of improvements on the hidden Markov model. Diba? Para mas